about 6 months now. I know I told him, drunk in my garage a few months ago, I was like, when you leave, man, you need to make sure I'm there to give you your paddle. 3 years ago, the coach in Fox Company was a lot different. It was, if you were a class senior, then that was it. You rolled out on your people, you know what I'm saying? I was the Nick in third platoon for like 6 months. And, I'm sorry. But,
Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man.
Try, all right? For like 6 months.
Come on, man.
I was the Nick, and Lord knows, he could have rolled out on me if he wanted to. And a lot of y'all don't know this, but the reason me and him are so tight is because we worked hand in hand for 6 months. He watched my back, I watched his. Nobody else, in our platoon, nobody else cared. The platoons didn't get switched up back then, and that's how I went for about 6 months. I'm good now, thanks. But he definitely watched my back, all right, and that's how I went. He didn't have to. I don't know why he did. I was a straight up, I'm good person. But definitely watched my back, and then he rotated out to the IG. I stayed in the company. He came back from the IG. I stayed in the company. And a few weeks ago, when the truck got wrecked, first time I talked about having people there next to you that would pull you through the tough times and that you can enjoy the good times with. And that's what I've looked at Stats Farewell as somebody that when times got tough, I leaned on him. I went to him for advice. Another thing that first time I talked about is having peers that you can look at as a mentor and as a counselor. And God knows, up until 2 weeks ago, I was calling him, like, asking him for advice on certain things. And hey, y'all give us crap about being brothers or whatever. We don't say nothing. It's because, I mean, hey, we're not deported or anything, but we know we put in the hours, leaving the night CMP range in the summer at 1 o'clock in the morning and having me back at 6 o'clock in the morning. It's me and him checking out the platoon and coming right back, and nobody else is there with us during those times. And I could do a damn public speaking eval on this guy. I mean, but long story short, he sat on Fowler there, trained me. My first 6 months in Fox Company, I learned everything I know because of this guy, nobody else. Just like some of you had those mentors, and then we basically grew up in Fox Company together. And till the day I get my PD 214, because he'll be around long after I am, I'll still call on him for advice. But man, it was a pleasure working with you. I'm glad I got to know you. I know me and you shared many a drunken moment sitting in this spot right here. But it'll be tough going back to work on Monday without you there, man.
Anybody else? I got one thing to say. My first class is my Nick class. It was on the machine gun range. When it rained, everybody that was there knows that range. It rained the entire time. I was working with Distal, and Staff Sergeant Fowler was the next machine gun over. And I was standing there, and he looked over at me. He's like, "You good?" You know, and all that, you know. And I'm just like, whatever. But he's helped me out pretty much in everything I've done up until now. So I appreciate it, man. You've been there for me. When I had questions about anything, you're always there. So really do appreciate it. You're gonna be greatly missed, man.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Wait for somebody else to say something. I appreciate the work we had in the last 2 classes with you. A lot of stuff I didn't know still, and if I asked, you gave me the right answers, and I ran with it, and I appreciate everything y'all me with.
Problem, man.
Anybody else? It's kind of hard to come on top of Staff Sergeant to do it because you can tell when somebody tells you something. A lot of times we tell people stuff, but y'all know that I try not to sugarcoat nothing for nobody. But I can feel the relationship that those two have because I have some, and that number is real small. You have a lot of people that you work with and that you talk to in the Marine Corps, but you have a small few that you truly look at as a brother. So I know what he feels when they sit here in this driveway and they have those conversations and their wives probably look at them like, look at them 2 drunk jokers right there. But they know that though they're not related by blood, in a small time, they feel each other as if they've known each other all of their life. Staff Sergeant Fowler I never got an opportunity to observe him teaching while he was in the egg. But he came back, and before he came back, he would come down, and people kept telling me about Staff Sergeant Fowler. And it was hard to believe because nothing against Fox Company, but we had a lot of, when I got there, we had a lot of issues that people had let just lay, and nobody would address them because people wanted everybody to like them and to have a good boy network. And that was part of the problems that I think that we had. When he came back, he was to work every day, you know. You would see him PTing on his own and just doing everything that a Marine does. You know, every day that he came in, you know, he was good. And I appreciate it. Now, we're gonna fast forward to Staff Sergeant Fowler going to the career course. I am clueless to what happened while he was at career course. But he came back and his mind was still over on Camp Johnson or somewhere. But all jokes aside, I appreciate everything you did. And I know, you know, that you had to go back to your MOS, but honestly, there are bigger and better things that's gonna lay ahead for you. As long as you know you keep your head just like it is and keep your family, and you're gonna be fine. You already know that, you know, people upstairs are looking out for you because of the blessings that you get now. I don't necessarily want Motor T Marines, but I know if I get an infantry battalion, I will have them. But I would love to have you there to run my Motor T section, you know. But I appreciate everything you did. And normally I would do this, but I'm not going to give you this plaque, all right? But I do appreciate everything, and I'm going to have Staff Sergeant do it. And this is for you because I'm pretty sure you're going to need it.
The paddle reads, Staff Sergeant Jeffrey A. Fowler, you do you and I'll do me. June 5th, 2008 to June 15th, 2011. Best of luck to you and your family from the Marines of Fox Company.
I won't be long, and I promise you I'm not gonna need this because I already got mine in. But like what Godoy said, it's hard to follow up. It's the truth though. I mean, you truly do. In order to get through this job, I honestly believe you need somebody right there to pick you up. If I was down, he was up. If he was down, I was up. It's just how it worked, and that's how we got each other through MCT. I'll be straight up honest with you. I didn't give a damn what instructors thought about me. And if anybody knows this, he knows this. I was there for the students every single day. I absolutely loved training them. You might call me the most Papa Lima dude to ever come through MCT. That's fine, because I love training those Marines. Because at the end of the day, when I was mad at the command or whatever it is we were doing, I knew that I still had to train those Marines. And I knew that stuff was going to get done. That's really, honest to God, all I cared about. I did it for them. That's the whole reason I came to MCT, and I did it for them. Babe, I appreciate it. I know we've had some bad times here, but we made it, thankfully. Thankfully. Now we're back to the real world. And I'll say this, the last little bit. Up until about 6 months ago, I remember telling Ashley, I was like, you know, it's sad, in the 2.5 years, I have never had anyone to look up to at MCT. Never. I had never. There was no staff in CO, no one ever, because I was like, this place is just horrible. There's no one to look up to. But when I met First on Road and all the stuff that he taught me, I was like, damn, finally I got somebody to look up to. The first time, I know you hate it, but I appreciate everything you did for me. And I appreciate everything that you taught me. I'm never going to forget that, never. No doubt, one of the best first songs I've ever had. So I appreciate that first song. But other than that, that's all I got. I love you.
Yeah.